There's few places I've been in the world that have a truly unique character to them, where when you're there, there's no doubt at all where you are. The Scottish Western Isles are like that. Unmistakable landscapes, with heather-strewn hills, rocky ridgelines and rugged coastal cliff bands. Despite living in Scotland my whole life, I've only done a couple of trips out west, and there are many islands I've yet to visit. The film you're about to watch is a snapshot of one of the most incredible and eye-opening trips of my life, where alongside friends new and old, we sailed between the Bishop's Isles of Berneray and Mingulay on the way to the most remote islands of the British Isles, the St Kilda archipelago. Joining on the trip, we have my good friend Will Birkett, Lake District born and bred, a brilliant climber, fell runner, and as genuine as they come. Fellow Scot Guy Robertson, well known for his first ascents in both winter and summer, and expeditions to far-flung places such as Alaska and the Himalayas. Hamish Frost, our man behind the lens, but equally as adept in the mountains as anyone on the team. And finally, our brave sea captain, Charles Smallwood. I met Charles through a man I spoke to for probably less than a minute whilst roaming a remote valley on Skye. It's amazing what potential can come from some of the smallest, most apparently insignificant moments. Little did I know that one short conversation on Skye would lead to my most epic adventure yet.
Sorry?
They're going to keep us alive if we're falling overboard.
Nothing's
We're
going
not
to
going
keep overboard.
We're not going overboard.
That's the only thing I'd really rather you didn't do. Let's go overboard. This must be the small one.
Remember one.
Home sweet home.
Just arrived at our first island of the trip, Berneray. So right now, me and Will are on the top of the Giant's Pipes. We've just been across to the other side of the sort of cleft here in the island and got a bit of a better angle, having a look at the potential of this big massive cave feature. Now you can get one good perspective from over there, but the best perspective is actually getting down there on a rope. So I'm going to head it dead on a static rope, have a little swing around and see what's down there. Oh god, so I'm hanging right now about 50 meters up from the sea, 50 meters up to the top of the cliff, 100 meter sea cliff. This piece of climbing looks amazing. The rock on here is immaculate, apart from the big patches of bird shite. But there's no birds up here, so it's nice. We've got this space to ourselves. But yeah, some incredible features here. Look at these things. Big, beautiful columns of rock. Solid as well, completely solid. This line I've just been checking out, it'll definitely go for sure. Super steep. And then once you get into the steep stuff, I don't know how hard it'll be, but it'll certainly be a lot of fun.
I've just made it down to this belay, literally a platform a few feet above the sea here. You can see the other team just on the face over there. Looks like a fucking awesome route. Robbie's just gonna come down. Wow.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard.
It shouldn't be too hard.
Will's already backed off the first pitch.
You can't relax.
Yeah, I can.
We're going a different way. I think this is gonna be nicer.
Okay, enjoy. Come on, yeah.
Guano!
To the guano.
Hey!
Boom. Nice one, dude.
Wow, good lead.
That was flipping awesome. What a line. What a route. Holy crap. So we've been traveling now for about 5 or 6 hours. The sea's been incredibly calm, which I'm enormously grateful for because, man, I just don't know if I'm going to handle being seasick again. But it's been good so far. And for ages, I was looking on the horizon, I could see nothing. Until eventually this tiny little shadow appeared. And as we got closer, the shadow kind of gained more shape. And now, as I look back, I can see quite clearly on the edge of the world, St Kilda staring straight at us. We're still a good 5 hours or so from landing there, but I can see it, and that counts for a lot. St Kilda has this sort of aura of, I don't know, like mysticism about it. This sort of magical land of the lost. Something about, you know, the sort of natural heritage of the place. The fact that it's got this like bird population there, it's kind of like wild and almost untouched. Maybe also something to do with the sort of fact that the place has been uninhabited since like the 30s. Also this ancient history of human inhabitation there for at least the last 4,000 years. It's a really incredible place and has this sort of like just a sort of deep mysticism to the place. Well, we're currently doing a circumference around the island. We've seen 50% of St Kilda so far, and on this side it's looking a bit dank, a bit black, a bit wet, a bit green too. Looks like it's going to be a pretty miserable climate, I reckon. But I reckon there's going to be some better stuff on the other side. But overall, looks like one hell of an adventurous place. I think we just spotted the mother lode of all walls.
Absolute classic. We've just turned the corner and then this thing's right in our face. My god, it's big. It's big and it's beautiful and it's black. And this ridgeline coming down into the sea. Like step Jurassic. Fucking boom. That's awesome. Yeah, so St Kilda is a place, it's really out there. You're very, very remote and very isolated. So you are very, very, very out by yourself with the people you've gone with. I'm not sure what like rescue would look like in that situation. Probably none.
The guy said it was like climbing on Cloggy in North Wales. I've never climbed on Cloggy, but I've seen pictures, and yeah, I could imagine that. The rock quality was pretty flippin' amazing actually. First pitch, a really technical face climbing adventure, which actually took quite a bit of problem solving to kind of figure out the way, the line of weakness up the wall. Kind of started up on this kind of like quite slippery, greasy, kind of crimpy face climbing section, and then eventually leading up to these like beautiful pockets that just kind of like, as the wall steepened out slightly, these pockets appeared and you just like move between the pockets, fiddling in little wires. Cams didn't work so well in that section because of the nature of the rock, so you're just like jamming like little offset wires in and around the gabbro features.
Just really techy gear, really kind of like light climbing. So basically, I kind of just climbed light on this really dark rock. I don't really have any idea where I was going. The next picture though is the best one. The beautiful central crack line that more or less takes you to the top. So that's what we're here for. Psyched for that.
I think the best line that I did there was the striking crack feature that took the central line of the whole wall. I mean, this is the sort of climb that people dream about. A perfect splitter crack just going directly up the central line of the gabbro face. Our plan now is to climb on the Isle of Doon, which you can see right behind me. However, the issue we're having is finding a good place to land because it's quite a big swell and basically the entire shoreline is cliff face, so it's really tricky to find a spot basically to get onto the wall.
Yeah, I keep seeing good places and then they keep disappearing under the sea. Yeah, that is a lot of swell here, around here, isn't there? Oh god, yeah.
I don't think that's like
God!
possible, is it?
God! I just want to access that wall. How on earth are we going to get up there? Kai, how are we going to get up there?
Ride the dolphins! Fetch me 4 dolphins at once.
Was it like in Pirates of the Caribbean?
I've just, we're going to make a lasso out of this static cord.
Out of your chest hair?
Out of my chest here, and we're just going to Fucking lasso. Go on now.
So we spotted a potential entry point to get to this wall. So I am the test dummy. I'm going to go over with Charles in the little dinghy and see if I can actually get onto the bottom of the cliff. Don't know if it's possible, but we'll find out now.
Oh Jesus! They've actually they keep disappearing. Oh my god, I hope they're okay. Oh no. No way! Look at that! Fuck. I'm not getting out there.
That's about to go big, swell.
I'm not getting out there. Fucking no chance.
Fuck.
No way! That's ridiculous! Oh my god! That's insane. I'm not doing that, are you? I'm just not confident enough
It
to
looks
walk out.
wild, but they're coming back. They're coming back.
I'm just not up for that.
Looks like quite a hasty retreat to me.
Whoa. Yep, they're getting the fuck out of there. It looks like it just got a million times worse.
It did, yeah. It was pretty chilled when they left.
Ah, that's the thing about the sea, eh? Get out and it's all nice and mellow and... Guys, just come the fuck back.
No. Don't go try again.
Robbie, don't get out of the fucking boat.
They're actually trying again. Lunatic.
Disappearing from view.
It's not the best, is it?
Fucking ridiculous, man. Wow!
Oh, mate.
No.
Robbie's on. Robbie's on.
Guy and Hamish and Will stayed in the boat, and I went out to recreate with Charles. And when we got there, I realised that the swell was big, but I figured I could probably do it. And then I jumped on, and then before I knew it, Charles was away, and I guess I was committed then. What I didn't realise was that back in the boat, Will and Hamish and Guy had decided they didn't want to go, and Guy and Hamish really didn't want to go, so Will ended up drawing the short straw and coming out to join me. How was that, Will?
That was like actually horrendous. That was like my idea of fucking hell. And it wasn't even that hard, man. I don't know, my fucking skin's sweaty or something. Like,
And the rock's sweaty. The rock's greasy.
I mean, you have to admit that crack was like literally wet.
Yeah, it was wet.
It was wet.
It was
I don't know.
nasty.
I had issues right there.
But man, we've gotten
Made
through
it
the
up.
first pitch. Look what we got to go.
Yeah, this
oh
looks
my
awesome.
god, look at flipping this. This is Will's pitch.
Yeah,
And then I'm
the
going to do
sun's
that one.
hitting it as well. So it's drying out. This
Beautiful.
It's great.
This is flipping incredible. World class. Amazing. Fucking good me, man.
So good, right? Ah, the sea's pretty nice too. Yeah, man, I'm glad we came to this cliff. Fucking hell. What a line. Holy shit.
So good.
And above us, roofs.
That was one of the best crack pitches I've ever climbed in my life. In this flipping setting, like just outrageous. Like outrageously good.
Yes, absolutely.
Can I give me a quick explainer of what's happening here?
Well, we made the decision not to go ashore on Dune earlier today because the swell looked absolutely horrendous. Robbie went for it, and then Will made the strong moral decision to follow it. We've got about, I'm thinking maybe half an hour of daylight left, and the swell has got considerably worse. And to top it all off, the fog is coming in. And the fog itself is quite terrifying. It just looks really unpredictable as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the big landing ledge that they were on, they had before, is now buried by the high
Yeah,
tide.
I guess that might be a good thing.
But it doesn't have the ledge of sorts.
Anyway, so So we've just got to make sure the boat doesn't float off to Newfoundland. Saviour Charles has arrived. He can get us off this rock, but the swell's fucking insane. It's up and down at least 5 metres, so we'll see. Well done.
So today is our final day in St Kilda. Unfortunately, although we've had amazing weather so far and done some incredible rock climbing, the swell is just too great to access the cliffs that we want to go climbing on. So right now we're just setting off. We're going to head back across the sea, back to the Bishop's Isles, to Tabby, Mingulay and Berneray, and go and explore doing some new routing over there. However, there's one big change to the trip, a new member to the team.
We're giving a pigeon a lift back to Glasgow.
Yep, you heard that right. A pigeon. Charlie the pigeon to be specific. The NTS warden on St Kilda had found Charlie a couple of weeks before. He was tagged, and it turned out was a racing pigeon that had flown off course but was unable to fly away. Sadly, Charlie couldn't stay on St Kilda, as he was risked to the local biodiversity if he was allowed to breed with local Hebridean doves. The options were get Charlie off St Kilda, or kill him. If you're already subscribed to the channel, you'll know. I've got a soft spot for birds.
I just can't really work that out. But...
Well, no, I can tell you what happened. You agreed to take a pigeon back to Glasgow.
as a joke.
The only thing is it will be with us on the boat for the next sort of 7 or 8 days before we get back to the mainland. So I don't know how that sits with the pigeon. Over.
If I could check with him personally, then it would.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I think there's a general consensus that the pigeon's coming with us. I can't promise we won't eat him though, over.
We've gone from like sort of Hebridean climbing expedition to pigeon taxi in the space of a 2-minute phone call.
You saw it?
This is our new member of the team.
Okay, when you can.
Goodbye, St Kilda. So we've just arrived on the Isle of Mingulay, and right now me and Will are on top of the cliff known as Mingulay. We're actually just about to abseil down and have a look at a potential new line. Now this cliff face has had a lot of development done over the years. It's like classic Mingulay style, is steep on like good holds through quite overhanging terrain. I've actually not climbed anything here yet. I am quite tempted to go and try some of the classics, but there's one line that kind of sort of my interest just looking at the guidebook. So I mean, it hasn't actually been climbed, going through this quite steep overhang, big roof section. So I'm just going to abseil down now and hopefully find a way to the bottom so that me and Will can climb out ground up. So we'll see how that goes. Really atmospheric. The exposure is unreal.
but the sun's shining, the rock is drying, and I think the conditions are good. So I'm going to quest on upwards, see if I can do this.
Nice.
Let's do a new route, man.
Fuck yes.
Let's do it.
I hope you can do this, otherwise we're stuck down here.
There's only one way out, and that is up.
Exactly.
After numerous attempts from the ground, I finally managed to stick the crux and complete the pitch. But Hamish had already left to go climb with Guy on another cliff, so no send footage unfortunately. You'll just have to trust me.
Hello. After flipping 8 goes, I eventually managed to get up this thing.
Man, I didn't know if we were getting
Yeah, no.
It was really close.
Touch or go, but
Yeah.
fucking managed to get up this thing. But we're still quite a way to go to the top. We've got 2 pitches I reckon left to do.
Yeah.
And this next one's an unknown.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yearly.
It's kind of, it's overhanging and steep and the hole's starting to go the wrong way, but I'm sure we'll find stuff up there.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about this actually.
Let's do it, man.
It's really good. God yes.
Take us up there.
And we're on top.
Made it, just about.
In the dark. Didn't even have head torches. Head torches were cleverly on top of the wall.
Took a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah. The second pitch was, I don't know, much harder than we expected.
Yeah.
Big run-outs were done. Questing off into the unknown was hard. But we got the top. So, Mingulay has a new E8. Talk for our name next.
And the jug's gone.
And the jug's gone. Brilliant.
I said at the beginning that this was an eye-opening trip for me. Partly, it was seeing the potential in sailing and using a boat to explore the islands of Scotland. Not only do you see the cliffs from an entirely new perspective, but being self-sustaining, you have the freedom to move to and fro however you choose, following the good weather and avoiding the bad. But also, it showed to me the potential that still exists in the Western Isles. Vast swathes of unclimbed rock, awaiting king lines, some of the biggest adventures still to be had on some of the most remote islands of the British Isles. This trip was proof to me that as a British climber, you don't need to jump on a plane to have an adventure. Big walls exist in Scotland. Hard, well-protected climbs are ripe for the picking. And we have some of the best, most unique climbing in the world, right on our doorstep. Well, maybe a wee sail away. So I guess you may be wondering what happened to Charlie the pigeon. Well, I took him home to Edinburgh and found Charlie a pigeon sanctuary 15 minutes from my home. Turns out he would not have survived in the wild, but at least now he can live the rest of his days in peace and tranquility with other ex-racing pigeons. If you made it this far, flippin' well done! And you're in luck, cause there's even more good stuff to come. We've got sport climbing in Spain, hard trad in France, new routing on the Isle of Skye, and I'm in Ali's Britrock this year with the Ben Loyal Trad Ventures. So subscribe if you want to see more, and thanks as always for the support.